Hello, Mark at BG Products. Today I'm going to take a moment and I want to talk to you a little bit about your oil change program, how we can make that a more profitable service, as well as start utilizing it as a customer retention tool. I know a lot of shops today are facing some challenges when it comes to the oil change business, as well as maintaining customer retention. A lot more focus is starting to be spent on customer retention, and I think with a BG program in the shop with our oil changes, we can utilize the oil change business as a quality customer retention tool. So what are some of the challenges that we're facing inside today's shops? Well, one big thing that I know we're all seeing is an increase in our parts and labor cost, causing lower profits to be generated on the oil service. Oil changes today have become a commodity service. A lot of customers can go just about anywhere that they offer repair service and get the oil change done. Even places that we wouldn't expect, like our Walmarts. And the OEs are starting to tell us that we can go longer between the oil change intervals. Those 3,000, even 5,000 mile oil changes are becoming a thing of the past, and now we're looking onwards of 7,500, 10,000 plus miles. So now we're at that service visit frequency is decreasing. So how's BG Products going to help you with your profits and your customer retention? Well, let's take a look at one program that we utilize in a lot of our shops. That's our oil service program. I call it the Profit Generating Customer Retention Trifecta. We have 3 different levels of our oil service program that are utilized that help make the oil service business a profitable customer retention win. Why do we want to implement a BG service on every oil change? Well, for one thing, it's going to add that additional profit to every service now. So now we won't be losing money or just making little money. We can start really making some profit on the oil change business. It's going to differentiate your shop from your competition. Let's face it, not every shop is a BG customer, nor do we necessarily want every shop to be a BG customer. But for shops like you guys that are watching this video today, you've seen the benefits to the BG program. You know it works great. You know it can be a profit center in your business. And you're not selling a commodity oil change anymore. Now that customer has to come in, they're getting an oil mileage maintenance service, if you will, not just the run-of-the-mill oil change. And we're going to build customer retention with our lifetime protection plan. Another program that we have, we call our On the Road. That's our roadside assistance program. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that later on. But those are 2 excellent programs that go hand in hand with the oil service business. So let's take a look at some numbers briefly here. With our numbers, I tried to find a happy medium between what some shops are doing. Some don't do a lot of oil changes throughout the course of the day. Some do quite a few oil changes. So I wanted to find a happy road. That's where I derived a lot of these numbers from. So we could utilize your own numbers, but let's just roll with these for today. So if we're going to do 15 oil services a day, and let's say we're open for a 5-day work week, standard oil change price with a rotate is going to be $49.95. We're going to have a labor cost of $18 an hour. I derived that with a $12 technician pay, figuring in some benefits there. Last time I was doing any HR work where I had to build, employee pricing, we used to use a 1.5 multiplier, so that's going to cover his insurance, medical, any health benefits, any type of uniform expenses, any of the over and above. It's not calculated into the hourly rate. Came up with a parts cost here, $2.50 for a quart of oil for 5 quarts and a $5 oil filter for $17.50 in total parts cost. Products listed, here's our 115 MOA. Here's our cost and sell prices here. Here's our EPR MOA service kit. Okay, that's our part number 6579. Our 6577 is going to be our EPR MOA and our 44K service kit. Both of these kits, I also added 2/10 of a labor. The EPR product, as most of us know, goes in the engine before the technician changes the oil. That runs for 15 minutes or so, breaks down the deposits that are left behind in the oil system. So we usually compensate with a couple extra tenths there at a $100 hour labor rate. one of the benefits to that too is as I work with the technicians in the shop, I show them how we can get that product in the engine, have the engine running, build that extra 2/10, but not spend any longer servicing the vehicle because we can combine it with doing the other items like the multi-point, the tire rotation. So moving ahead here, if we have our standard oil change, $49.95 with a labor cost of $18, our parts cost of $17.50, we're going to be left with a profit of $14.45. Okay, so that's what kind of money we're making on the oil change. All right, I know most oil changes book time is anywhere from half an hour up to an hour, so we've just garnered $14.45 for that hour to hours worth of work. All right. If we can start building an oil program, now we're going to include our MOA. This is our basic oil change, we refer to it as. We're going to have a sell price now of $64.95. We're still going to have our $18 hour labor cost. Parts cost, we're going to be at $26.46 now. We're going to have a profit of $20.49 with an increase of $6 on that service ticket. Okay, so we're starting to see a small increase here. Again, technician right now is just pouring a can of our advanced formula MOA in the oil when he's refilling the engine. Let's move into our Oil Plus program. That's our EPR MOA service. We're going to have a sale price of $99.95 on this one. Okay. We're going to have our labor cost there at $18. We're going to have our parts cost now at $34.91. Okay. But as we can see, our profit has now become $37.04 with an increase of $22.59 over the original $14.45. So now we're starting to make some traction here, getting a few more dollars into that mix, starting to build some real value. If we can bump the customer into a performance oil service now we're going to see some real benefits here. We got our EPR, our MOA in the engine oil. We're going to have our 44K in the fuel tank. Technician's just pouring that in the fuel tank as he's doing the service. All right, we're going to be at a $124.95 price. Okay, we're still going to have our $18 labor cost. Parts cost now is going to be $51.23. But now our profit is $55.72 with a $41 increase in profit just by implementing this service. Okay. And again, a lot of these are just educating the customers. Service advisors spend a few minutes discussing with the customer, getting them actively involved in the oil change process, and basically asking them which service works best for you today. And we work with our technicians, we work with the service advisors, getting them recommending these services, asking for those sales. So those are just some of the highlight numbers. Now, what could we expect? If we figured we're going to do 75 of these services in a week with a 40% closing, that's going to give us 30 of these. So we got 30 sale opportunities here. Okay. If we break that down, let's say we do 15 basic services, we do 10 of the middle of the road, that's our Oil Plus service, and then we have 5 of the performance oil services a week. Here's some of the dollars that we could be generating on those 3 services. Okay. So what do those numbers look like? Well, we look at weekly sales of $2,600 with a profit of about $1,056. Okay, so that's our weekly dollars and cents that we can generate just in the oil change business now. Okay, and again, remember that's only 30 of these services per week, just by talking to the customers and educating them a little more. What does this look like after a year? So if we look at this in a yearly view, we're looking at $135,000 in sales with a profit of potentially about $55,000. Now, I don't know about you guys, but $55,000 in my mind can go a long ways towards maybe building onto the shop, bringing on some more technicians, another service advisor. Maybe we want to buy new equipment for the shop. We've been looking at a new wheel alignment machine. That right there, I mean, that's paying for that alignment machine almost in 1 year. Okay, so we can generate some real significant profits here on our oil change business now. So we talk a little bit about the dollars and cents, the profits that we can make with the service, but what's our retention look like here? All right. So now some of our retention pieces that we have is our lifetime protection plan. Again, real simple program. There's no cost to you as the shop. There's no cost to your customers to sign up for this program. There's no paperwork for the customer. All they need to do is have the original invoices when the services were performed. How this program simply works is vehicle has to be 20 years or newer with less than 100,000 miles at the initial service. Once that service is performed, they're eligible for up to $6,000 in lifetime protection on the engine, the turbocharger, and if we do the performance oil change, even some of the fuel system components. Okay, up to $6,000 in value on all that. They simply come back to your store every oil service, have that service performed again, and as long as they maintain it within that 10,000 mile eligibility interval, they're going to have lifetime protection on that system forever. As long as they keep the vehicle, and it even is fully transferable, so if they sell it to somebody, as long as they continue to do it, it's fully transferable. So that's another selling benefit for your customers. Okay. Our BG on the Road program, this is an awesome program here. Gives the customer some roadside assistance. You know, if they don't have a vehicle that's under the manufacturer's roadside assistance program, they don't participate in AAA or anything like that. Our BG on the Road is good for 6 months in coverage. It covers 2 instances per 6-month period of time. And that gives them towing. It gives them a lockout. It gives them a jump start. And we'll even come and put fluids in the vehicle if they should run out of gas. We have some out-of-town travel expense, emergency expense coverage. We have, let's see, some rental car reimbursement coverage if the vehicle has to be kept overnight for a repair. One thing with the tire program is if they get a flat tire, we'll change the tire at no charge, put the spare tire on. Customer can then bring the tire back to you for a repair. If the tire can be repaired, we will reimburse the customer up to $20 for a repair. Or let's say the tire is unrepairable, it's damaged, destroyed, we will actually pay up to $150 towards the replacement of that tire with a new tire. So that's a great program that we can implement in the shop. There is a small cost, but it is so insignificant that most of the shops are building it into the oil service program as well. So there's just some ideas that I have. Break this down for you guys a little bit, show you what kind of profits we can generate on the oil service business. So some of the tools that we have that can help lock that customer into coming back to you guys and being a customer for life. And we know once we get that customer for life, hopefully we build the value in the services and we can move them into other services, whether it's brake repairs, it's tires, more fluid services, things of that nature. So I want to take a moment and thank you very much for watching this video. And I hope it gave you some ideas. As I'm in the shops, be more than happy to sit down, work with you guys. We can build a package custom tailored to your needs. There's my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. And I will see you soon and we'll talk later. Thank you very much.